Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Daddy,
the world seems to advance. In short, some scientists say we are in the 21st century, and at this point in time, we have gone through a lot of research, we've gone through a lot of investigation, we've gone through a lot of phases for us to say now we are more advanced as humans than the previous cannibals of humans, or the previous, cavemen of humans. We've gone from the time of the cave time to the time of the cannibal time to also the time of the 21st century, where man can simply say we are highly intelligent animals. But at this particular time, a video has surfaced from the internet and one is forced to question, are we really higher sets of human beings, or are we just, more advanced in some aspects or advanced in some part of the world? A video from Nigeria, precisely the north of Nigeria, has emerged with a man being flogged, and the source of this video says this is a keto scene. This man was apparently in his own house or in the house of this supposed ketorist, or in a particular location, be it a hotel, but pretty sure that he was in his house. He was flogged from his house, flogged outside of his house, and he was forced to beg for these said criminals to stop flogging him. Now, we know that, okay, in society, everybody has different views. As a gay man, I do not have interest in heterosexual dealings, or I do not pick nose or begin to investigate so much into heterosexual relationship, because I do not have that interest. Now, one is forced to question this particular men or group of men who call themselves ketorists, who sits in one place, take up their phone, begin to chat, begin to converse, begin to lure gay men into crimes, and sometimes ask these gay men to jack off, ask them to show them their different parts of their body, or try to ridicule them sexually. We are forced to ask, are you gay? Why so much time in things that you say you have no interest in? Why so much time in a particular set of people that you claim to be an abomination? Why investigate so much time and effort into searching for your neighbor's sexuality? How does that help you in any way? When this neighbor is not married to your sister, nor is your in-law, or is striking your wife, why put so much time in other people's sexuality? You are watching Breaking News Wahala, and as you know, there's nothing much to say in this video. Let's not just waste our time. But on the 23rd of this month, on this Saturday, we are asking all community members, please come on Zoom. Let's talk about these matters. Let's put up a database where we can verify those who have been caught ketorish. Let us hear the stories and how you fell victims of ketos. Let us know how these ketorists operate. Let us also hire undercover investigators to secretly investigate the dealings of these ketorists. We want also, as a community member, if you are a statesman, a police officer, a lawyer, a judge, a politician, this is the time we are calling for you to come out. You have not been any good to us. At least be good to us this one time we are calling for you. Lawyer, with all your degree, you just sit down for house, doing charge and be charge. Can't you be useful? Politician, you have lie. Collect money. Can't you be useful? Activists, you don't raise GoFundMe, raise. You even use that buy motor, buy house with activism. Can't you be honest for once? So on the 23rd of this month, we are saying activists. My people, come. Let us talk about this story. Let us talk about this Katala. Let us talk about all these situations that have been happening in our community. Let us brainstorm together. Let us rehearse together. Let us draw a calendar of events and trends so that we can be able to name some of these categories, some of these location. Like we know, what is it called? Alapaja or Ilapaja, or forgive me, my people. But we know this place. We know, I do not know the name of the place. Never not even try. But we know there are some certain locations. Like for me now, if you go to River State and you say you're going to LMA, you're your own. No. LMA people are key tourists. In short, the community of LMA, just as the community of Bayelsa, they are a whole community, and that is all they do. To sit down and look for gay men to law, to beat, to criminalize, to eat. I can tell you that from a first-hand experience. So if you're in River State and you're going to LMA, or you're going to those typical chain local place, you're on your own. So if you are in Port Harcourt, there are certain locations you know if anybody is there, there are blunter definition of key tourists. Key tourists by inheritance. Key tourists by tribalism. Key tourists Kukuma Jareni. That is it. No shaking about it. So we want community members to come out. We want you and I to come out. We have activists that are also coming on this Zoom to talk about these matters. Let us find everlasting solution. Even though this solution may not be everlasting, maybe it must be temporal or everlasting. Let us find at least some solution. Some people say violence is not the way to go forward. Don't be violent. But in the law, there is what is called self-defense. In the law court, even in the United States of America, under the civic rights of the Constitution of the United States of America, there is a colony there that puts self-defense. And under the law, you can get away with self-defense. If you are in a place now, one person is with machete, he wants to kill 20 of us. When I be saying, please, sir, don't kill us. Please, sir. I beg you. Think about. Nah. You just use stick and hit his head and collect the machete from him. What are you talking? You don't. There are some things you don't negotiate. When your life is at risk, you do what is doable to preserve your life. It is somebody's life that is not at risk that will be negotiating and be talking about all those ones. After you have saved your life and you have a court hearing or you have a court day, then you can talk about who did this or who did not do. A dead man in the coffin does not tell tales. A dead man in the coffin does not tell stories. So, darling, as I have said it before and I will say it anywhere, even in the Constitution of Nigeria, there is what is called self-defense, self-retaliation, and even the court of law understands this and understands this intelligence, because without self-defense, many of us will not be where we are today. We will not be here to even stand and talk about the events that has happened. So, darling, let us come together. Let us talk about the self-mechanism as a community we can approach these keto cases with. Let us also talk about a legal stance we could talk about or we could take to apprehend these ketories. And let us also talk about the facilities to help those who have been victimized. Because sometimes we forget that people are so much traumatized, victimized by these ketories, and they have no hope. The only hope they see is exiting this world. As of last year, the rate of suicide in the LGBTQ community is appalling. Even this year, after the pandemic, the rate of suicide, the rate of poverty, the rate of homelessness, and the rate of depression in the LGBTQ community still remains appalling. With a high, it's even said a 99% of queer people will commit more suicide than any other set of people on earth. So you can imagine the humiliating and appalling things we as queer people have to face. Not just face as queer people, but also face as colored people, also face as religious people, also face as a marginalized people. So darling, this Saturday is a day for your voice to be heard. Maybe this is the one thing God has created you to do, to talk, to fight against wicked people. Maybe this is the only thing destiny has in your hand. This could be the key to your destiny, that you told of a time when you felt so humiliated, but now you have risen to such a stage where you have the power in your hands, the power to speak for others, the power to stand for others, the power to ginger others, the power to also bring down these walls of Jerichos and these criminals down. Let us use this time wisely, because prosperity will tell on us. And I remember Chimereze Henry, recap on the news: a queer man was beaten in his house, flogged mercilessly. NGOs, we need you. We need you. No matter how much I've called you Sleeping Beauty, no matter how I've criticized you, but we need you to look into these cases. NGOs, you are the one these people will run to because they feel you are more structured. But the funny thing is that the more structured people are not even doing the work. The non-structured people like myself, the non-structured people like Victor Wonder, the non-structured people are the ones even doing the works. So, darlings, yes, we may not have a structure. Yes, we may not have a legal team. Yes, we may not have a whole people behind us. But one thing we have is first-hand experience of these clitoris. Another thing we have is sympathy and empathy. And the third thing we have is a voice that can never die. It can never die. To continue to shout, to continue to scream, to continue to speak against injustice of any kind. So that's one thing I can assure you. So on the 23rd of this month, come together. Let us talk about this matter. Let us talk about how this clitoris operates. This community member has a name. He has a location. You have the answers to these videos. You have the key to these videos. You know, you can even look at that video and could pinpoint where that happens. You know the people in this video, you know who has been beaten, you know the location. If you keep information like this away from people who truly want to help you, if you keep information like this from Q Talk, from NGOs, how then can we find answers, lasting situations to the happenings in this community? Then you become one of the preparators, because you know the truth and you hide the truth. You know the truth and you refuse to talk. You know the truth, but you are covering up for somebody. You are as wicked as them. So, darling, what are we talking about? So, kudos. And I remain Chimereze Henry Ahonaya. And like I said, let us come out and let us talk about these matters and find pressing solution. Peace out.